What It Takes Radio Company. We present another adventure, another episode in the impact zone. How to make good friends, grow your audience, be an influence because you put service over self and you can build a great business, a great career. That's what we're here to help you do. And our program today, a walk around the lake. And now there are 4 ducklings. Well, some life and business lessons that you can learn while walking around the lake. Let me tell you the story. Well, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, young men and women. I mean that especially because more and more right now, part of what I am all about, I have been asked as not necessarily a wise old man, but somebody who's got a little bit of seasoning and maybe a little bit of wisdom to do a lot of work in helping younger men and women. And by that could be quite a bit, quite an age group and still be younger by me. How in the midst of these rather transformational, maybe turbulent times, how can we help people get better at building a career, building a business, and having a sense of meaning and purpose in their life and in their work so that they can live better in the midst of all the things that are going on. Well, of course, the news is full of everything, and the passing, as we mentioned, of Pope Francis causes people to do something that I oftentimes say you should do quite often. And that's why I chose the title today very carefully and hopefully very thoughtfully while I was thinking about it when I took my morning walk around the lake. And so here we go. Yes, what I'd like to talk about on the impact zone of interesting ideas today is there are only 4 ducklings left. And that's a bit of a lesson for you and I about life and business success that maybe we need to remember quite often. Just let that sit on your head for a while. The program begins right now. I've now come to the point of saying, as a result of the experience that I've had here in our home in North Carolina, is that we were fortunate enough. We found a nice, modest apartment after a rather very nice home in Arizona, but we are considerably downsizing and we had to be closer to family. And so we gave up our home and took a nice apartment. It's modest, but very nice. We're not suffering in the least bit. It's a nice place, and it also makes it possible so I can walk 100 feet and go into the pool. And that's been helpful for me in my exercise to know that particularly during the summer months, we got about 7-8 months, I can go in after a long day in the studio and I can just put on 30-40 laps in the pool and I feel great. And it's very healthy and happy and makes the evening much better. I sleep better and it's been a very good thing. But also, all I have to do is go down to the end of the parking lot, and then there's a loping little trail that goes down to an artificial lake that was made a number of years ago. And if you walk around the lake, it's about a mile and a quarter. But it's a nice walk. It's enjoyable. And I've always thought about that in a couple of ways, maybe more than that. But first of all, as I go around it, it's really very nice. And it doesn't, it was man-made. It really was. And there are all kinds of beautiful rocks that are the shoreline of it. And it's well maintained. And there's places to sit and places to rest and places just to watch the many birds and animals that are there. And I've often thought, you know, th- that this was a lot of hard work. I mean, bringing all of those thousands of rather large rocks down to the shoreline, this nice lake that I enjoy every day. A lot of men, mostly, but men and women worked very, very hard for a long time so that I could enjoy this wonderful lake. Now, there are no monuments, their name is not on it. It was just a tough, hard job. And, during the summer months, it was hot and sweaty and it was tough work. I remember that. I'm thankful for that. Um, there's just a part of me that says, I need to be very thankful for people who thought of something and designed something in the past. That will be a very good thing for all of us in life and business to remember. Be grateful for the things that we enjoyed because somebody worked hard in the past. A thankful and grateful heart is good for you. You'll have a better heart. You may even live longer. However, what I've also discovered in the last 2 or 3 years at around this time of the year is it's duckling and gosling time. And that's when the many ducks and geese that are around the lake uh, give birth. And it happened again this week. And on my Saturday walk, I saw them first. And there they were. There was the mother duck, and the uh, the mallard was kind of away, but it looks like the mallard was even a little bit involved in the family. And there were 10 little ducks. Unfortunately, I remembered what oftentimes happened, and today I saw them again, but now there are only four that are left. Yeah, 10 little ducklings, and now there are only 4 little ducklings left. Well, obviously, you know, there are turtles, uh, there are falcons, there are hawks, maybe even who knows. But most of the ducklings, the majority of the ducklings, never survive the first week or two. That's just the way life is. And 4 or 5 may make it to maturity. And that's what's happening today. As I walked around, saw the ducklings again, and I was kind of, yeah, there were 5 yesterday, and now there's only 4. Life is short, life is difficult, life happens. That's the way nature works. And as one of my friends said, Stan, one of the things you need to understand that when you're in life, and particularly if you're in business, is you need some rather often reminders of your mortality, both for you and your business. No life lasts forever. And by the way, no business lasts forever. Now, there are some that I'm going on a expedition for a funeral. Now, this is not a sad funeral. The man was very old, good life, happy life. At the end, he was not doing well. And it's a family celebration in a sense of a life well lived. He lived well and ready to go. So it's not that kind of thing. But in effect, uh, as he would say, is I had a number of businesses. And he said, again, um, some of them worked, some of them didn't. Um, and the ones that worked, I oftentimes found that it was good for me to get out of them and do something else. No business lasts forever. But part of the family that will come to that celebration is one of the from Now it's into the grandchildren and great grandchildren era, but uh, he will be there, and he will tell me he is now third generation of a family business, and he's very grateful. He says, I'm a very fortunate man, thanks to my grandfather and my father and my uncle. This is a good business that's being passed on to me, and sometimes I get a little nervous knowing that they they work so terribly hard to make it happen. Now they're kind of depending on me to carry it on, you know. And he says, that old thing about the third generation. Sometimes that's when things go bad. He said, but I also remember that I will have to do my best. But again, who knows? Um, no business will last forever. Who knows what the marketplace will do or what the economy will do or anything like that. So, one of the lessons I teach young entrepreneurs, young men and women, is please keep in mind, um, remember, stay humble. And as one man said, I even got to the point where I said in my morning prayers, Lord God, keep me humble. And he said that because he knew that was important, and he also realized how offensive it was that there were men and women in the marketplace who weren't humble. And he was very much put off by them. And the men and women and the businesses that he admired were run by men and women who were pretty humble, but good, hardworking, and competent, and good at the work. So he said, I oftentimes ask for, make sure, keep me humble. As one man said, a little humiliation, as long as it's not fatal, is probably good for all of us. But also remember that we sense our mortality, and we live for the moment, we live for the present, we think about the future, but we don't sacrifice our future, and we don't sacrifice our present by things in the past or by a thought that perhaps we are immortal. So here's a life lesson from the ducklings. I hope it might be helpful. Now, we are in the business of helping young men and women, and that means probably people who are still pretty well up in their years. You're younger than me. But if you want help in starting your business, we know how to do that. And if you want help in making your business go and grow, that's part of the work we can do. And I, with my team, can help you in a variety of ways. And if you reach out to me at stan@witradio.net, stan@witradio.net, we can have a radio program together, and we'll demonstrate to you and your company just how we might be able to help you. That's right. We won't send you a brochure. We won't make you sign up. We'll just simply have a session where we will help you. Free, no obligation. Bring the issue that you're dealing with and see if we could be helpful and useful and practical. I think we probably can. As I say, something might surprise us, but nothing will ever shock us. Thank you for your time. All the best and blessings. Remember, always close with a benediction. Wish people well, no matter what. All the best. Till next time. I hope that's real soon. Bye for now.